after 3.5 years of all kinds of enjoyable times, of being last year's presidents. So good evening, fellow Rotarians, and welcome guests. Thanks for joining us as we present our annual demotion party. Some places they call it a roast and a toast. And a chance to say goodbye as we celebrate our President Phil Dean, and that's not a mean thing, it's just the way it is. And a great year under his leadership. During the evening, we are both looking back and ahead, including the supreme leadership of our President and the coming of a new captain at the helm. She has a tough act to follow. So it's time to invite up now our group who are tonight, what do we call them? Our board of directors. Where are you all? Okay. Tonight's board of directors, you are welcome up here. Where did it all go? There's one. Okay, there are 12 of us, all 12, meet out here.
Wait a minute, I gotta take a photograph.
Now this is the board of directors that have been practicing here, I'm sorry. Past presidents, we had 14 of us up here for the last 2 months, putting this all together, and then it's really been a huge amount of fun. I'm going to be sorry when it's all over. There's a lot of imagination in this group as we prepare for our next president to come out now after all of this is over. 1, 2, 3, where is our guy we are calling tonight? Phil Dean, the Dean of Deans. There he is. No, you're not Phil Dean of Dean. You're not Dean of Deans. Oh, I blew it. Mike, where are you? There you are.
My name is...
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, Phil.
Phil Dean.
Hey, Phil. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank
You
you.
look like you just got a haircut.
Yes, I did. I added wax. I decided if I was going to appear at my own demotion party, since I'm Phil Dean, then I might as well get my hair coiffed.
Yeah. Hey,
And I had a wax job.
where'd you get all those,
Well, you know, I've been in the club for a number of years, and I always collect my pins. I like to collect Paul Harris pins. And, you know, this is a very important position. President of the Livermore Rotary, isn't it? Yes, it is. So, because I am somewhat of a serious person, I wanted to make sure that I dressed appropriately.
okay. Well, do you know anyone else in our club that has that many badges?
I think that several of us do, because we're a good club. Isn't that correct, right?
Okay, I'm going to back off here.
All right. So, do we have everybody up here?
Let's see.
We have a couple of empty chairs. Randy, what happened? Where is Phil? I mean, where is the imposter? I want to know where that imposter is. Where is he? Ah, sir, come on up here, will you please? Somebody's telling me that you're trying to tell people you're Phil Dean. And I have difficulty with that because I know the real Phil Dean.
Let Phil finish the...
Oh, you have your back to the membership?
Yeah.
All right, you have to turn around. You have to turn around the imposter, the unreal Phil Dean.
The audience to see his face.
I don't know. It's a toss-up.
Well, you sit sideways, Phil. That's good. And every 10 minutes, turn around the other way so they can see you too, okay? All right. Well, I am so pleased. After all, today is my first day as Phil Dean. My first day as president of the Livermore Rotary Club. And I am overwhelmed, and I just can't believe the opportunities and the ability I'm going to have to change the club. I think my phrase will be hope and change, right? We'll get something going with this club. So, first of all, since it is my first meeting, I would like to welcome all of you to the first irregular meeting of the Livermore Rotary Club, the club that makes a detergent. A detergent. So let's start the meeting off right, and I'd like to introduce one of our most famous members, our director, John Lynn, to lead us in a song. A song.
Well, I'm going to stand.
Oh, let's all stand with them. There we go. There we go.
All right, now this is going to be at a fast pace, so wake up and be ready to go.
Sing along.
So we have the words up, so I want everybody to come and join in. All right. Happy days are here again. Rotarians are here again. Let us sing a song of cheer again. Happy days are here again. All together shout it now. The four-way test will show us how. So let's tell the world about it now. Rotary days are here again. Leave your cares and troubles behind. Helping others is what's on our mind. Happy days are here again. The skies above are clear again. Let us sing a song of cheer again. Happy days are here again. We can shout it from the rooftops high. We will soon tell polio goodbye. Let us sing a song of Rotary. Happy days are here again. Let us sing a song of cheer again. Happy days are here again. You know, I don't think that our club has ever had a better song leader, with the exception of a few others, than John Lynn. Good job, John. Now, when we begin this new Rotary year, we've decided to change, or I have decided to change a few things. So we're going to have the Pledge of Loyalty that we'll start off every meeting with. I think it's appropriate, and Muriel agreed with me, so we're going to do it. So if I can have everybody stand, please.
Everybody up.
And President Ralph, if you'll allow them to see this.
Everybody up.
If everybody will recite this pledge, this is a very formal and very auspicious pledge.
We have to put our hands on our heart.
We pledge our loyalty to thee and to the gleaming faith under which he stands. He's the keenest deed you ever seen, and we will surely achieve beyond the mean, and gleam the sheen of Rotary Supreme under the leadership of the Dean of Deans. Now, in our club this year, I want to make sure that we have a lot of camaraderie. It's important that we all get to know each other and we have a lot of fun. So I would like, please, those members on the east side of the room to greet the members on the west side of the room. And those of you in the middle, well, you can do whatever you want.
Oh, okay. Good to see you. Hello.
Well, come on, baby, won't you walk with me?
All right, that was a real tremendous show of enthusiasm. I'm so glad to see that in our club. And now, one of the very most important parts of our morning meeting, our noon meeting, is the thought for the day. So today we have past president and current director, Marty Plum, to give us the thought for the day.
Did you ring your bell?
I think I forgot the bell. I'm sorry. Okay, right. Do you have a bell? Oh, there's the bell. Before I do that,
Ring the bell.
Let me do the bell. Okay, the meeting is already started, and now the thought for the day, Marty Plum.
Thank you, President Phil. Fellow Rotarians and guests, I got to thinking, what if I had 5 wishes? What would they be? Well, if I had 5 wishes, the first wish would be that all the Rotarians in the world join hands in a spirit of peace and harmony. Now, after the first wish, that all the Rotarians in the world join hands in the spirit of peace and harmony, the second wish would be that Rotary International donate $80 million to me, tax-free, in a Swiss bank account. Following the first 2 wishes, first being of the Rotarians and the second being the 80 million, the third wish would be that I had a head of hair like Phil Dean. Oh, if I only had a head of hair like his. Continuing on, the Rotarians, the 80 million, and the head of hair, the fourth wish would be that the Pope admit that he's really Jewish. I mean, if it goes like this, he's got to be Jewish. I think his real name is Izzy Edelman. From the Bronx. Yes. So, concluding with my 5 wishes, the fourth wish, or the fifth wish, would be that every woman that I ever asked to marry me and turned me down, all 72 of them, get down on their knees and beg for forgiveness. Those are my 5 wishes. But wait a minute, I got to reorganize the order. The first would be the mic. The second would be the head of hair. The third would be the Pope. The fourth would be the blah, blah, blah. And the fifth would be all the Rotarians joining hands in the spirit of peace and harmony.
Well, that certainly was a very interesting thought for the day. Unfortunately, went over the 3-minute allotment. But we'll forgive you for that, Marty, since it was so well done. So, Rotarians and guests, I am very pleased to be your newly elected president. But I have a number of changes for our club. It is not that many, but we want to make sure that we do things technically correctly. We want to be parliamentarily correct. So, as you know, my last name is Dean, D-E-A-N. My parents always wanted me to be the dean of a college or university so they could call me Dean. This is my opportunity as president of the club to fulfill their wishes. I am submitting a bylaw amendment to our members to change the name of the club to Livermore Rotary University, LRU. I will submit another bylaw to change the leadership of LRU from the office of the president to dean. Anyone wanting to address Dean and the club during an LRU meeting must notify Dean me 2 months in advance of the meeting. And if there is time, you will be called on to address the LRU members that are awake. If your comments are worthwhile, then we'll go ahead and ring the bell and wake those that are sleeping. Thank you very much. That's what it sounds like. And I'm going to I'm going to gladly allow my dog, Wendy, to become the mascot of our LRU, our Livermore Rotary University. LRU members will then be known as the Wendies, which I think is pretty appropriate. There are many other bylaw changes you will hear about as the year progresses. After all, we're only in the first day, and I won't bring up any more right now. We will have club assemblies every other week.
Oh, good.
is no end, there is no end, there is no end to the information that I want to impart on all of you. Because I'm a fountain of information. Dean wants everyone, that's me, to wear the Rotary pin. If you do so at the meetings, you will be rewarded $5 for each meeting that you are wearing the Rotary pin.
Is that in cash, Mike? Or?
There's going to be a voucher. It'll be an IOU.
You're gonna send it in?
Yeah, you got to give it to me, and then I have to find the money.
It's monopoly money, John.
Oh no, it's not monopoly money. Our very able treasurer, Irv, has informed me that he found $65,000 belonging to LRU in seven different bank accounts. The money really belongs to you, the members, so I feel this is one suggestion for the use of the money everyone will agree on.
Here, here.
Okay, today we're going to have a very special speaker. This gentleman was formerly the president of Rotary International. We've been privileged to have him speak before, and it's Rick King, one of the most accomplished members in the history of Rotary. Uh-oh, I hear my phone. Hello? Yes, Rick? Oh, you can't? You can't make the meeting? But I've already done that. I understand. Okay. Thank you, Rick. I'm sorry to say that I just had a call from Rick Dean. And he says that he's still sobbing after the last meeting that he had in our club. And he's afraid if he comes back and speaks that he will just fall apart in an uncontrollable crying fit. So he's not going to be able to make it. You know, he's a very, very emotional man. Don't you agree? Yes, he is.
Here.
So, in the future, we're going to have other speakers. Some of them very famous. We'll have Dr. Phil, Dr. Dean, Mr. Clean, Gunga Dean, and a famous chef, Paula Dean, who will tell us how to cook the books. So since we don't have a speaker at today's meeting, which is disappointing on my first meeting, I'm going to end the meeting early. Since we are all together and have some spare time, I would like to call a meeting of the club board of directors. All LRU members are urged to attend. Now, since we're not going to have time at that point to do the raffle, I'll put the raffle money to good use by buying a treat for our new club mascot. All right, I can see that we've already got the directors assembled in front of us right now. Is that right? And we're going to have an opportunity now to hear from a number of our avenues of service. We're going to hear from community service, club service, international service, youth service, and 2 new avenues of service, lip service and room service. So let's start. Let's start with Director John Shirley, and let's find out a little bit about what he's got in mind for community service.
Is this working?
Yes, it is.
Oh, good. Well, President Dean,
Dean.
oh yes, Dean, I'm sorry. Since our Rotary Parade is so popular, I move that we sponsor 4 parades a year. An Easter parade, a rodeo parade, a 4th of July parade, and a Veterans Day parade.
Is Paul here?
Paul Schmidt is a great, is he here? Is Paul here? He's a great president, or great chairman, and he deserves a promotion. I'm sure that we can find a member who will have the nerve and the pleasure to ask him to take on 4 parades a year. That's my motion.
Okay, it's been so moved. By the way, is Paul Schmidt here? Oh, that's too bad, because we had some other good words to say about Paul. Okay, we have a motion for 4 parades a year. Do I hear a second for that motion? Second by Director Nebo. All right, let's have some discussion about the 4 parades.
I would like to see the giant balloons like we have at the Macy's parade go down the street, 2nd Street in Livermore. I'd really like to see that. So I think Paul can arrange that. He's a clever guy. All right? Can we do that?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea, but I overheard you telling somebody else that I, as the dean of the university, had enough hot air to fill the balloons myself. I'm sorry I heard it too. Any other discussion? Yes, Director Nolte.
Who's going to clean up after all these birds?
Not for the birds?
Not for the birds? No.
The Boy Scouts, they always do.
Okay. All right. We'll put it off on the Boy Scouts.
All right, that sounds like the right thing to do. They do a great job, the Boy Scouts do. Any other discussion? Yes, Director.
Why only 4? I think we should have one every time we have a club assembly. And we get all the directors marching down 2nd Street, and there'd be thousands cheering them.
Well, that would be every other week. Thank you, Director Hartwig. Good suggestion. But right now, unless there's any more discussion, then we have a motion on the floor and we have a second. So we're going to have a vote. All those in favor of having Paul Schmidt run 4 parades a year, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Well, I hope somebody tells Paul he's going to be very busy. I don't think he'll have any time for his dental practice. All right, now we're going to be hearing from some of the other club members, the directors. So I think now we have Director Marty Plone.